want to have a quick conversation with you about LegalMatch. And is this a worthy platform? Let's talk about that. So when you think about LegalMatch, I want you to think about simplicity, but I want you to think about efficiency also. So if you are an attorney, the big question is, should you have a profile on LegalMatch? The answer to that question is yes. You definitely want to have a profile on LegalMatch, and you want to make sure that you update that profile as much as possible, as often as possible. We have seen cases where lawyers around the country are actually checking their LegalMatch profile every single day. Okay, don't actually let this to chance, and don't let actually the platform or the internet, for that matter, actually create a profile for you. And headquartered in San Francisco, LegalMatch actually is an innovative web-based lawyer matching service that lets clients search through an extensive database of member lawyers. And LegalMatch has been around for 25 years. They actually were founded in 1999, and the company bases its business model on soliciting actually paid memberships from lawyers seeking new clients. The big question is, if you are a lawyer right now, should you be on LegalMatch? I think I've answered that question before, but I want to say yes, because even though LegalMatch is free for consumers to use, lawyers have to pay for it, okay? And the company has member lawyers located throughout the US. So it's important for you to actually have a clear idea of what your strategy should be. Let me give you the pros and cons of a LegalMatch from an attorney perspective. The pros first. So like all online services, you have the service is free for users, but paid for attorneys, which is great because that means that you have a source, an infinite source of leads, because clients are coming, the general public is coming to the website without paying anything, which means that you have the ability to actually convince them to hire you. LegalMatch verifies all lawyers registered with the platform to be in good standing with their respective state bar association, so that gives you more credibility as an attorney. And LegalMatch is a Better Business Bureau accredited business with an A- rating. So that's really good. It adds an extra layer of credibility to the platform. What about the cons here? Well, the matches LegalMatch provides are not always a good fit, especially for attorneys. And a number of LegalMatch clients and member attorneys have filed complaints about the company. So this is something to be aware of. So let me talk to you about LegalMatch at a glance. So when you think about LegalMatch, I want you to think about primarily a lawyer referral service that helps lawyers find new clients. This is kind of similar to Avo, kind of similar to Super Lawyers, kind of similar to a Martindale, Hubdale. I mean, this is something to think about. So lawyers who want LegalMatch to list them pay an annual membership fee in exchange for leads from potential clients. And consumers can use LegalMatch to find a lawyer who specializes in a particular legal issue or type of law. What we love about LegalMatch is the granularity, is the level of depth and breadth that the platform offers. In other words, when we talk about lawyer finding leads through LegalMatch, we are speaking about a very granular aspect of things. In other words, lawyers can find leads based on geography and also based on the particular aspect of law they practice. And to search for a lawyer or on LegalMatch, that's one thing we love a lot, because LegalMatch has created things has made things very easily for consumers. To search for a lawyer on LegalMatch, consumers just present their case by submitting a brief summary of their needs, and the platform shares this information with paid LegalMatch lawyer members, and lawyers interested in taking on a client can contact them through the LegalMatch platform. So that's really cool, because you have access to a lead, and hopefully this is a qualified lead. Okay, and so when we talk about LegalMatch from that point of view, you have the ability to see exactly what's really happening if you're an attorney, right? So you have the ability to see if you want to take the case, if the case is interesting, if the lead is interesting, not only from a case perspective, but also for the long term, because the whole thing is that you want to reduce, if you are an attorney, especially you are a LegalMatch member, you want to reduce your cost per acquisition, your cost per acquisition in the long run. Your CPA has to go down, okay? But the cool thing is that the fact that the tool LegalMatch is free to use for consumers is really fantastic. And one thing I need to say also is that attorney fees Legal match attorney fees vary on a case-by-case basis depending upon the specific area of law that you practice. So let's talk about costs here. So attorney membership fees for site listings fund LegalMatch, and all LegalMatch services are free for users. That's really good. Once again, I want to insist on that because you have millions of folks flocking to this website every single month to have a clear to find answers to their questions, to actually find answers to their pain points. And this is really good. And what we love about LegalMatch is that you have a certain categories that are actually even like you find a lot of clients, potential clients within a single within a specific category. For example, seniors. So seniors and their family members, for example, can submit a LegalMatch request, which includes an outline of what they are looking for in an elder law attorney at no cost. The same thing can be said about veterans. Okay, now it's important to understand that the attorneys listed on LegalMatch set their own hourly rates and fees, and these fees are not always clearly listed on the LegalMatch website. So before hiring any lawyer or before actually engaging with the clients, you want to make sure the clients has a clear idea about your cost, about your fees before you actually engage in any relationship. But the cool thing is that as you can see on the screen here, LegalMatch actually gives you a level of depth and breadth that is unparalleled. We love that a lot. For example, you are able to find lawyers by issue. That's the premise that LegalMatch actually advances to users. So you have family law, personal injury, you have employment law, real estate law, criminal defense law, bankruptcy law, immigration law, government law, liability law, business law, estate law, IP law, financial law, wills probate law, and divorce laws. I mean, among other things. But the point I'm trying to make is that this level of breadth and depth is really great because it really satisfies a large swath of the population, and that's really cool because as a lawyer, you will find this comprehensiveness very interesting from a revenue perspective. I want to talk to you about eligibility, plan detail, and other information. Now, one thing for sure, I want to say one thing for sure. Like, unlike other online legal services such as Avo and Super Lawyers, LegalMatch doesn't offer plans. It's free for any U.S. adult to use the LegalMatch platform to search for a lawyer. So that's really good. Now, as a lawyer, you're listening to me right now. You have to make sure that you contact LegalMatch first to see how much they're charging you based on your area of practice and also your geography. The cool thing is that, and that's a major draw for LegalMatch, is that consumers can expect to take about 20 minutes to set up a profile on LegalMatch and submit their case details. In general, users will receive one or more matches within a few days, but the response time varies widely depending on location. And so LegalMatch does not release any contact information, including consumer identity, to member lawyers. It's up to the client to decide if they would like to connect with a lawyer who responded to their case. But we love that a lot because this gives more power to the attorney when you think about it, because the attorney has an opportunity to bid, to bid in a way that he or she can actually make a case to the potential client and say, you know what, I think I'm the best lawyer for this case for you. And now, one thing for sure, clients who hire a lawyer through LegalMatch can also rate their experiences. So this puts an additional layer of pressure upon the attorney to make sure that he or she does the right thing. Okay. Other consumers can use this information to decide which lawyer they would like to use. One thing I want to say is that when we talk about being a paid member of LegalMatch, you have to make sure that you are constantly updating your profile. Okay. Because your profile is actually the first impression that you actually share vis-a-vis the public. And first impressions always matter, not just in real life, but also digitally. This is an important thing to remember. I want to talk to you about the target audience. So when you think about Legal Match, what is the target audience for this platform? Well, you have the general public, okay? General public, not a problem. So families, you have professionals, companies. The you can see that Legal Match is casting a wider net when it comes to the target audience. And the good thing is that through Legal Match, users can narrow their attorney search based on their location, area of expertise, and ability to resolve specific legal issues. This can be a time saver for the general public, especially members of, especially people who don't want to spend time phoning multiple law offices looking for an attorney. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And the bottom line here is that the process is streamlined, so that all you have to do as the member of the public, you just post your case, you review the responses, and you choose an attorney. And so this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say is that it's important to understand that with Legal Match, you are able to actually find a law specialist who's willing to travel or who can offer services over video chat also. So this flexibility is really important because you don't have necessarily to go to the lawyer's office if you can. Let's say you are disabled, or you are a senior, or you're having a situation where right now it's kind of complicated for you to actually go to the lawyer's office. The lawyer can come to you, or they can have a conference call or a video call. Okay. The only thing is I want to say is that when we talk about the target audience, we are speaking about geography, we're speaking about chronology, but we're also thinking about demographics. Now, chronology is important because the target audience fluctuates throughout the year. Like in the winter, for example, it's not the same thing as in the summer, or or in the fall, or in the spring. It really depends. It depends upon the seasons. For example, during the holiday season, Legal Match sees a different profile of users as it does see during the year. So this keeps changing all the time. So you have to, as an attorney, you have to make sure that you are actually taking that into account if you are responding to a request on the platform. So let's talk about the user reviews here. So what people are saying about Legal Match. Well, the thing is that reviews of Legal Match are mixed, with some users saying that the service helped them save time and money, while others were very disappointed in their experience with the company, right? So it's one of those things where you have to see what really works for you. One thing for sure, Legal Match is not as powerful as Super Lawyers or Avo for that matter. So you're not going to have the same amount of traffic, okay? So which means you're not going to get the same amount of qualitative comment as well. And one satisfied Legal Match client, for example, wrote about a complex legal situation involving an estate with multiple beneficiaries. And this reviewer said that although Legal Match recommended an out-of-state attorney, that attorney answered the reviewer's questions for free and provided accurate advice. So this is kind of cool. And others reported that the attorneys Legal Match referred to lacked skills and experience. Several reviewers mentioned that their attorneys charged exceptionally high consultation fees for their initial appointment, which they didn't disclose in advance. So things you need to be aware of as you interact with potential clients on the website. Make sure that you are as transparent as possible, right? It's not just about making a quick buck. You make a quick buck and you lose the client. That's even worse than you actually trying to build a relationship, trying to forge a relationship and make small amounts of money over time. Not small amounts of money, but reasonable amounts of money. It's all about focusing on the relationship as opposed to actually getting in and out as soon as possible. So you got to be aware of that aspect of things. And one thing I also want to say is that when we talk about user reviews, you have to understand that you have the possibility to always ask users to review your profile, your Legal Match profile, especially if the interaction has been positive. If the client was satisfied, you want to automate your strategy to seek reviews systematically, so that you are able to build your Legal Match profile also, and new clients can see that you were actually good with one client in the past. This is going to help your profile big time. So is it worth it? So when we talk about LegalMatch, the big question is, for an attorney, is it worth it? Our answer is yes. Our answer is definitely yes. I mean, when you consider the return on investment, LegalMatch is definitely worth it. Now, LegalMatch is not the only player in this field when it comes to law review sites. You have a lot of other players. I've said Avo before. I said super lawyers, and you got to really ask yourself, what are you trying to really get? What are you trying to have? Okay, and it's important to understand that the possibilities are endless, and so you have to really ask yourself, how can I really monetize my LegalMatch sort of profile? Okay, because you're paying for it. You're paying for the profile. You know, as a paying member, you are paying for your profile. So you might as well just use it. And this is where you want to be as granular as possible. You want to show that you understand the area of expertise that you are in. You want to really understand that you can explain things to potential visitors in a very clear manner. Let me give you an example. If you are doing, let's say, estate law, for instance, you want to explain granular. You want to explain with granularity concepts such as power of attorney, for example. You want to explain things like the difference between will and living trust. You want to really explain things that are related to elder law. So that's really that sort of content will help you establish credibility, and credibility goes a long way. And when we talk about credibility, we are talking about trust also and your reputation. But one thing for sure, you want to use LegalMatch with a grain of salt, because you know the site has had some issues in the past, and in terms of SEO, the jury is still out when it comes to the impact that having a profile on LegalMatch has upon your SEO strategy. Okay, now if you want to actually beef up your SEO strategy, you want to think about other ways to do so. For example, on-page SEO and off-page SEO. So on-page SEO, for instance, you have the ability to look for keywords you can insert in your content. And for off-page SEO, you should think about stuff like guest blogging, for instance, or seeking backlinks from third-party websites, so that over time you can actually beef up your website big time. So that's an important element to think about. So what's the bottom line here? To this conversation, I gave you a review of LegalMatch, and I spoke to you about the pros and cons. I gave you a glance into the platform, the cost, the target audience, the user reviews, and whether this tool is worth it or not. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.